Good morning, everyone. I'm going to title this video Anemia. I'm going to say it again. I want to be sure this thing is picking it up, and I'm going to get a little closer to my tablet. I'm going to title this video Anemia. Eventually, we're going to be talking about how pigeons can get anemia. But first, let's go into a little history. A lot of the videos that I posted, we talked about motivation and systems to fly your pigeons. We talked about supplements. We talked about enemies of pigeons. But most of those things are worthless to know if your pigeons are anemic. And there are many ways your pigeons can become anemic. But let's first talk about some of the signs of anemic. You open your pigeon's mouth and the tip of his tongue is purple. Not a bright pink, not red. That's because he's not getting enough oxygen into the tip of that tongue to keep it red. He's probably anemic to a degree. Another sign of it, and a lot of us do it, you part the feathers on the keel. Most flyers are looking for the little bubble going back and forth. Nice to see, but it's pretty unimportant. What's more important is the color of the breast. Now, I'm not talking purple. I'm talking dark purple, very dark. That's another sign of that pigeon being anemic. And there are, as I mentioned earlier, many causes of it. I'm going to go into one in this video, but there's going to be several videos on this subject. And the biggest culprit for a pigeon becoming anemic is probably the pigeon fly. Pretty well known that that fly is a carrier of pigeon malaria. And it affects the blood. It affects the red blood cells. Your pigeons can't perform if the blood isn't functioning. So important. You learn the Cori cycle, you learn the Krebs cycle, but if that blood isn't functioning, carrying oxygen, that pigeon just cannot perform. Just cannot do it. All the best care in the world, everything you do, is not going to help that pigeon unless you eliminate, for one thing, the pigeon fly. A couple ways to do that was with moxidectin and some country vet. Maybe you have to put the dispenser in your loft so it squirts every 15 minutes. Kills all the flying bugs. But that's the beginning of a pigeon becoming anemic. That's the first step. Be aware of it. Two good signs are the tip of the tongue being purple and the breast muscle being a dark purple. The redder the breast muscle, the less likelihood that that pigeon is anemic and has a problem with the blood. So we're going to stop here because I'm going to do a bunch of videos. Now some of them I'm actually going to do with a narrator like I've done other videos. When I find the proper article, I'll narrate it or have it narrated so that you could understand it. These videos are extremely important if you want to raise pigeons and fly well, and also not throw your pigeons away. An anemic pigeon is going to have a difficult time coming home. Also, if you know a person who's anemic, you know how tired they are. They can't accomplish very much. They just don't have the physical strength. Okay, that's the start of a series on pigeons being anemic. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down. Check the channel. Old-timers and beginners, it's time for you to subscribe because there's a lot of information going to come out that you're probably very unaware of. Thank you for watching.